I'm here in front of the beautiful Cardiff Castle with Annie Glass. You can find her on Facebook at A_N_I_Glass. You can find links in the description below. So if you could introduce yourself a little bit, like what have you been up to recently? Is there anything we can find of you that we can showcase here on the video?
So I've been gigging for about nearly a year now. I've been working on an EP.
Excellent.
And I've had a single out recently, which you can find on YouTube.
YouTube, okay, so we can find it in this box here I'm creating.
Yeah.
And all of the links you can find in the description below, of course, as usual. And obviously, so you're here at the Hub Festival this weekend. So what does a festival like this mean to you as a Welsh musician?
A few things, really. I think it's really nice to play with a lot of other artists who are kind of working at the same level as you, and you get to, I don't know, meet more artists and meet local bands that you might not have met already or who live relatively close. I think, well, I haven't looked at where they're from, but mostly from Cardiff, maybe Bristol.
I mean, this is one of the biggest festivals in the UK because they've condensed it in such a small space with so many different bars. So I mean, how does it feel? Just like actually, you're up there with the big boys. You're here with Reading. You're here with Glastonbury. You're in the top 10 list.
Well,
how does that feel?
I should probably retire. I mean, it sounds like I've made it now.
Exactly.
But no, it's really nice, and like obviously, like I've been coming here for years and watching gigs, and yeah, it's nice to play in your hometown.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, why should people travel from outside of Wales to come to see the Welsh music scene? Because as a Welshman myself, I have to say it is one of the most underrated and undervalued music scenes in the country. So what would you say are good reasons why people should, make the trip to come check it out?
I think every place has a real character in terms of a music scene. You can go anywhere and you can pick up a lot of different ideas or I don't know. It's just really exciting to see a scene. If you go to Liverpool, you used to live in Liverpool, that scene's amazing as well, but completely different. Or even somewhere like Wrexham, I went to the Focus Wales, and that is fantastic as well. It has its own scene, and if you hadn't gone to somewhere like Focus Wales, you would never know. And it's the same here. Like when it's all condensed, all the Welsh artists and beyond condensed into one small space. It's quite overwhelming, really.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you got people like Tom Jones, Lost Prophets, Super Furry Animals. Yeah, these massive names that have come from our beautiful hometown, and yet still, despite these legends, we find ourselves completely underrated. So I mean, going off of that basis, what does success look like to you? Do you have a moment when you realize like, oh yeah, I have made it, or do you think you should keep striving and keep raising your own bar to perfect yourself?
I don't know whether anyone feels like they've made it, but for me at the moment, I'm just looking to complete like a body of work. So I've got songs, but I haven't got to an EP or an album or something like that. And then I think once I get there, I'll look to perhaps develop it further and work with other people, something like that. But at the moment, success to me is to complete a body of work.
Brilliant. So on the basis of writing songs, so do you find it easier to tell the truth in your writing than you would say tell how you're feeling to your family and friends? Do you let a lot more out in your music than you would to your close personal family?
I don't actually let more out through my music, but I'm just a bit more concise with it.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at explaining myself very well in conversation, even though I mean the same. If I have 3 minutes to say it, it's much better, much more to the point.
I think because obviously music can make you feel an emotion, so it can be quite easy while writing to kind of push that emotion out there and get everyone else to be on the same level as you as well.
Yeah.
And now, when it comes to your audience, who do you think has the authority on songwriting and what the songs mean? Do you think it's up to you as a songwriter, no, you have the definitive answer on what it's about, or do you let your audience kind of interpret it for themselves?
I think it's a bit of both. Obviously, I have something in mind when I'm writing a song, but as a fan of other music, if I hear something and I hear something in the words and the melody, I'll unless I'm really obsessed and Google and I want to know everything about them, I'll kind of make my own mind up about what it's about, and I think that's as valid because it's special to you in that moment, in that time, and
Absolutely wonderful. Yeah. So obviously, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to speak to me today. Where can we find you next? When's the next time we can find you playing or putting something out?
Next, I'm playing at Soon Festival.
Wow.
In October.
October,
around
brilliant.
my birthday. I like birthdays and I like Soon, so perfect combination. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. And would we be able to maybe get you onto that channel to do an acoustic session and maybe a proper interview with some real time?
Of course. Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so watch this space. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm Rob from Gin and Teacups, and don't forget to like and subscribe to her channel and our channel for more gin and your teacups and more Annie Glass.